The major phase one improvements are that we are going to be able to prevent what's currently today a 1 in 3 month storm event to a 1 in 25 year storm event, and that's through the installation of some infrastructure. And that infrastructure was completed at the end of 2007. The next phase is to install more infrastructure. Actually, it's a redesign of some infrastructure that the Army Corps put in back in the late 80s on the wet side of the flood wall, and that will improve the storm event from a 1 in 25 year, which we have today, to a 1 in 50 year storm event. That was a 1 in 25 year storm event. And at the time, of course, the infrastructure wasn't in place that we have today, so that's why we had the flooding issues that we did. As my memory serves me, that was a little more than 3 inches of rain that fell within, say, between an hour to an hour and a half. So it was a very intense rainstorm. The original budget for phase one, to do the 3 sections of work that we did, was $5.3 million. We got some very competitive bids at the beginning of 2007, and the actual project cost came in at about $3.6 million. So we had about a 32% savings on the project. In phase two, and that's the phase that we're going to be doing in 2008, the redesign of the crossover chamber that the Army Corps built, that I mentioned just a minute ago, is going to have not only flooding improvements, but it's also going to have very dramatic environmental improvements to the James. And so DEQ has agreed to fund $4.6 million of the cost of the redesign and construction of the crossover chamber.